You want to be the most comfortable person in the room?
Because I continue to get excited about SpyQ and the things that are going to happen with it, and spreading the word about SpyQ. But what kind of training do you think that SpyQ is going to be able to provide to leaders in industry, whether they be mid-level leaders or higher echelon leaders? What training do you think SpyQ is going to be able to provide, and how is that going to be a force multiplier or a profit multiplier or an operational accelerant to that CEO out there that has to write the check to say, I'm sending this guy to SpyQ because I want him to come back and be the subject matter expert for me in this?
In the special operations, they have a thing called a kill house, and you go in and you run scenarios, high kinetic action, weapons, rounds, all that kind of stuff. And these guys get hyper trained to have the elite level of muzzle discipline. They know when they're going to pull the trigger, what's behind there. They slow their minds down so that in this maelstrom of stuff going on, life and death situations, they're reliably making better choices than the adversary. We don't do that in the intel world. And I'm not saying we need to shoot at people and do all those kind of things, but we don't have a kill house in intel. We have some schools, maybe you get to go, but they don't have the capacity to run people through. So what I would say is if you are trying to improve your inside salespeople, your salespeople, whatever your leaders and everything, you have them come through SpyQ. And what I would want to build is something that gets their heart pumping. You want to be the most comfortable person in the room, you have to at least act like it. And to do that, you have to know how to deal with that adrenaline shot that comes in. You're going to go pitch this giant client. Well, how do you get calmed down? You run through this training that I want to run people through. I want you jacked up on adrenaline. I want you excited. I want you exhausted. And now you got to go perform and just sit there and be calm. And every single word that person says, you're remembering, if at all possible. You know what the next question is going to be. You know how to hold that question for 2 questions, because the question you want to ask, you can't ask it. It's like a chess match. And I want you to be pushed as hard as we can push you so that you can learn how to do these things. Obviously without the stakes of war, but we can replicate that.